What if I told you that the difference between success and failure is not talent, not luck, not money, but the way you think? More than 80 years ago, Napoleon Hill spent over 25 years studying the world's richest and most successful people. He interviewed legends like Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, and Andrew Carnegie to uncover one secret shared by all successful people. And what he discovered became one of the most powerful self-improvement books ever written. This book is not just about getting rich financially. It's about building the mindset, discipline, and persistence needed to achieve anything in life. In today's video, we'll break down the most important lessons from Think and Grow Rich in simple English, so you can apply them in your own life. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Thoughts Become Things. Napoleon Hill starts the book with a powerful idea. Your thoughts shape your reality. Whatever dominates your mind eventually influences your actions, habits, and future. Hill explains this using the story of Edwin Barnes. Barnes was a poor man with no money, no education, and no connections. But he had one massive dream. He wanted to become the business partner of Thomas Edison. Most people would laugh at such a dream, but Barnes didn't care. He didn't say, "I'll try." He said, "I will." That certainty changed everything. He traveled to Edison's office without even having enough money for a proper train ticket. At first, Edison didn't give him a partnership. He gave him a tiny, low-paying job. But Barnes never gave up mentally. Even while cleaning floors, he still believed he would one day work beside Edison as an equal. Months later, opportunity arrived disguised as a problem. Edison invented a machine that nobody wanted to sell. Barnes saw the opportunity and volunteered. He sold the machine successfully and eventually became Edison's business partner. Lesson: success begins with a burning desire and absolute certainty, not wishing, not hoping, believing. The 3 feet from gold. Lesson: one of the most famous stories in the book is called 3 feet from gold. A man invested everything into digging for gold. After months of work, he found some gold ore, but suddenly the gold disappeared. He kept digging, but found nothing. Eventually, he gave up and sold the equipment. The new owner hired an expert engineer who discovered the original owner had stopped digging just 3 feet away from a massive gold reserve. 3 feet. That story represents millions of people. People quit businesses too early, quit dreams too early, quit relationships too early, quit self-improvement too early. Most people fail not because success is impossible, but because they stop too soon. Hill says temporary defeat is not failure. Failure only happens when you quit permanently. Desire, the starting point of success. According to Hill, every achievement begins with desire. Weak desires create weak results. Strong desires create powerful action. Hill gives 6 steps to turn desire into reality. 1. Decide exactly what you want. 2. Decide what you'll give in return. 3. Set a deadline. 4. Create a clear plan. 5. Write your goal down. 6. Read it every morning and night with emotion. This is powerful because most people never define what they truly want. They say, "I want success. I want money. I want happiness." But that's vague. Successful people are specific. Instead of saying, "I want money," say, "I will earn $100,000 by building a successful business within 3 years." Clarity creates focus, and focus creates power. Faith. Believe before you see results. Hill says faith is a state of mind that can be developed. Most people wait for evidence before believing in themselves. Successful people believe first, then create evidence later. That's what separates winners from average people. Faith affects your energy, confidence, decisions, and persistence. If you deeply believe success is possible, you'll keep going during hard times. But if you secretly believe failure is guaranteed, you'll quit the moment life becomes difficult. Hill explains that repetition influences the subconscious mind. That's why successful people repeat positive thoughts, goals, and affirmations daily. Your subconscious eventually accepts repeated thoughts as reality. And once your mind accepts something as possible, your actions start aligning with it. Autosuggestion. Programming your mind. Autosuggestion means influencing your subconscious through repeated thoughts. Think about it. If someone constantly says, "I'm unlucky," "I'm stupid," "I can't succeed," eventually their mind believes it. Negative repetition creates negative identity. But the opposite is also true. If you constantly feed your mind with, "I will succeed," "I am disciplined," "I create opportunities," your behavior slowly changes. Hill believed the mind is like fertile soil. Whatever you plant repeatedly will grow. That's why your environment matters. The people you listen to, the content you consume, the words you repeat, all shape your future. Specialized knowledge. Hill says general knowledge alone rarely creates wealth. Schools teach information, but successful people learn skills that solve problems. For example, sales, communication, leadership, marketing, investing, persuasion. The world rewards value. The more valuable your skills become, the more opportunities you attract. Hill also explains that nobody succeeds alone. Smart people build networks and teams of experts. You don't need to know everything. You just need access to the right knowledge. Imagination, the workshop of the mind. Every invention begins as an idea. Cars, smartphones, airplanes, businesses. Everything first existed in someone's imagination. Hill divides imagination into two types: creative imagination and synthetic imagination. Creative imagination creates new ideas. Synthetic imagination combines existing ideas in new ways. Most successful businesses simply improve existing ideas. Innovation doesn't always mean inventing something completely new. Sometimes success comes from improving convenience, speed, or design. Hill believed imagination is one of the most powerful human abilities, because your imagination allows you to mentally create a future before it physically exists. Decision. Successful people decide quickly. Hill noticed something interesting. Successful people make decisions quickly and change them slowly. Unsuccessful people do the opposite. They hesitate constantly. They fear criticism. They overthink everything. Indecision destroys momentum. Most dreams die because people wait too long. They wait for perfect timing, perfect confidence, perfect conditions. But perfection never arrives. Successful people act before they feel fully ready. Persistence, the superpower. Most people lack. Persistence is one of the biggest themes in the book. Hill says talent without persistence means nothing. Many intelligent people fail because they quit too early. Persistence means continuing despite rejection, failure, embarrassment, criticism, slow progress. Most people stop after a few disappointments, but winners continue. Hill says persistence can be developed through strong desire, self-confidence, clear goals, supportive people, positive habits. Persistence transforms ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. The mastermind principle. Hill believed one of the greatest sources of power is the mastermind. Mastermind is a group of people working together toward a shared goal. When intelligent minds cooperate, their combined power multiplies. That's why successful entrepreneurs surround themselves with ambitious people. Your environment shapes your thinking. If you constantly spend time around negativity, excuses, and laziness, eventually you become the same. But if you surround yourself with driven, disciplined, optimistic people, your mindset changes. Energy is contagious fear, the enemy of success. Near the end of the book, Hill talks about the 6 major fears that destroy human potential. They are fear of poverty, fear of criticism, fear of illness, fear of losing love, fear of old age, fear of death. According to Hill, fear paralyzes action. Most people don't fail because they lack ability. They fail because fear stops them from trying. Fear creates excuses. Fear creates procrastination. Fear creates self-doubt. Hill says courage is not the absence of fear. It's acting despite fear.
Final lesson. Your mind is your greatest asset. The biggest message of Think and Grow Rich is simple. Your thoughts control your future. If you constantly think about failure, fear, and excuses, your life will move in that direction. But if you develop desire, faith, persistence, discipline, clear goals, you can completely transform your future. Hill believed success starts internally before it appears externally. And that's why mindset matters so much. Outro. So those were the most powerful lessons from Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. This book has influenced millions of people for decades because its lessons are timeless. The biggest takeaway? Success doesn't begin in your bank account. It begins in your mind. If you enjoyed this summary, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below which lesson impacted you the most. And remember, your future is created by what you repeatedly think, believe, and do. Thanks for watching.